Hello everyone, my name is Josh Frog and in this video I want to teach you guys everything about the Void Knight. Now I will be cutting this section into three parts. First is to talk about job tree and affinities, and second part will be strategy showcase. I will be fighting certain enemies and teach you how to properly use the job itself and especially its job ability because this is one of the most technical job abilities in the game. Lastly is the build suggestion. I can show it to you what is more efficient way to make this build or make this job better, more powerful. But do take note that you can always make your own build depending on how you want to use it. If you want to focus on some specific set that I did not mention, but if you can work it out, hey, good for you, man. More power to you. My point of view is just focusing on what more stats does the job has. Okay, let's get started. First, let's see what the tips gives to us. Void Knights. Void Knight can hold R2 for access Runic. Now this is actually a great shield. It blocks everything, even physical damage, but it works better on magic because it absorbs it and it does not just absorb it. Yeah, you can use the absorption with the offensive or defensive style. It's up to you. Also, if you activate the runic at the perfect time, not the perfect time, more like a great time for parry, it activates as a parry as well. So, but it is not immune to unlockable and grabs. So do take note of that. It is still it has his weakness as well. And if you have a enemy that cast a lot of spells, projectile or AoE effects, you can always use the runic for you to save your ass. Save your ass. And I do believe that the runic is kind of like this job is paying respect to X death because Void Knight, Void and X death is basically a Void guy, and you can also use this kind of weapons. I did not know you can use an axe. That's the first time I know that, so I may use axe build on this in the future. So there's sword, great sword, dagger, and axe. And let's talk about the job tree first before the affinities. Okay. So the mastery of the runic is, I think it's just the build up. Where is it though? Yo, where is it? There you go. Strengthens arcane circle based on the time runic is deployed. Oh yeah. I think this is just the build up. So let's go for the passive stat. The passive stat are action ability MP cost, ability damage, and all damage. Yeah, all damage. That counts with the all damage taken. Yeah, di because that counts with the physical and magical as well. So uh, the combo abilities you can get are the ascension from sword. I think there's also one for a great sword. The inferno for a great sword. And is there one? There's only two. Oh, hand claw. Sorry, hand claws are the great sword as well. So the links are the rare link for sword. This is sword, right? Yeah, sword. Next is for sword as well. Second link, daggers. Rare link. Sorry. The second link restore MP based on magic damage dealt. The rare link are increase break damage, and for daggers same for rare. Increase break damage, and this wait, where's the another dagger? There's a dagger one. Second link for the restore MP based on magic damage dealt. Next for the great sword we have rare link, increase break damage dealt, and second link for the restore MP based on magic damage dealt. Okay, so let's talk about the command ability. Command ability is this is a buff that instead of taking HP damage, you take MP damage. And do take note that this when you reach a 0 MP, the buff will remove. Even if the buff is 100% duration, the buff will be removed. And also, this kind of gives you a little bit of armor, like a reinforced or lightbringer 400 knight. Gives you a little bit of less staggering attack. You gain a bit of armor, more like a berserk. You don't get staggered easily, but there are some attacks that can still be staggered, so do take note of that. If you're using this, make sure that you know you gain a lot of MP, and you have a great amount of MP recovery, because when you gain 0 MP, bye bye runic protection, it will not save you. And this is really a risk one, because I've been using this in the on the rift before I get to know some of the abilities, command abilities, because when I die, I got no MP, like holy shit. And even if my breakage is to the highest, oh yeah, even if you break, so even though if you have a lot of MP, do take note that the breakage is always depends on how much. I mean, if you get broken, all of your buffs will be gone, except those stacks though. So be careful with that, and it will deplete your MP. And if you're fighting with no MP in this game, is so risky. I mean, on the base game, it's all fine, but in the rifts, oh my god, everything kills you in the rifts, like one shot, everything. So there's no job route because this is an expert job. So this is like the last parts of the job. Okay, so let's talk about the evocation in Ultima. As you can see, both of them has the same stats but different links. So let's go for the evocation. In the evocation, you get the third link of the sword, which is restore HP based on magic damage dealt. Next is for the Ultima, we got the Greatsword, restore HP based on magic damage dealt for the charge link. For the Void Knight, for the evocation, is the third link. So yeah. So what's the difference between the evocation and the Ultima job? Is that in the evocation, when you absorb the power out, when you absorb the runite, void runic, you gain shell, and shell is actually a magic defense. I will show you how to properly use the void knife, because there's a two-way for you to use it. If you hold the ability and just release it, you absorb the runic and gain MP. As long as you absorb something, though, because if you did not absorb something, then it's useless, though. It doesn't gain you MP. But if you use the normal attack after the runic, you have the sword projectile, which is actually this one. For the Ultima, if you use the sword, you debuff the enemy, that increases their elemental damage taken. See, that's the normal attack after you absorb something. So that's basically a two-way for you to use a runic, I mean. So let's talk about the affinities. That's not it. Oh, what am I doing? There you go. Affinities are first of spirit and spirit intellect. Increase boost MP limit. This increases your on how much max MP you can gain. For example, you get 2 bars, right? When you soul shield, you get like, let's say you get like 10, you get like 10%. With this, you can get more. Let's say 200, right? When you soul shield, let's say for a normal basis, you can get like 210. But when this, if you soul shield and because of this increased MP limit, you gain for like 220 or something, depending on how much MP limit you can gain. Next is spirit stat, but there are some intellect, stamina, HP. Same as well, increase MP limit, and this is a great amount of spirit, but there's a decent amount of stamina, intellect, and HP. Now this increased MP recovery rates, so everything that is your MP recovery increases as well. Increases the power basically. So more power MP recovery. Next is greatly reduce the command abilities. Now this all everything, all the command ability, even the light bringers, so only on command abilities. And lastly, no, sorry, not lastly, the 600. Now this is a permanent haste. Oh shit, I did not talk about this. As you can see, I actually have it though. See, I have a haste because I have more MP. I was using potion earlier, so we can actually use that. And of course, the 800 affinity is enhance your. Okay, I can show it to you. Enhance the 20, 30, 20, 30, 80, 160, and increases more as past 800%. So yeah, let's go. This is good. Let's go. I can show it to you later the effect of the 600, but I'm actually using it now. But there's a cool way to show it because there's some. Yo, give me boss. There you go. Yo, this rank 9. Oh, yes, rank 9. Wait, where's my Lightbringer duration? Is it this one? Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, so I can solo this one. I hope we can fight enemies that are mostly on magical. But don't worry, that doesn't mean you cannot use the Rune Knight for. There you go. Go cast some spell, baby. There you go. Absorb. That's just a physical. It won't take damage. It won't take absorption. But here you go. Here's a sample of the physical. It doesn't absorb, but that's a magical, so absorb as well. There you go. Chimera is actually the perfect one because Chimera is a physical one. You can actually see the build up in two ways. One is for the debuff, and the circle actually gets bigger when you absorb something. No, wait. You can actually use the sword even if you're not absorbing something, but it doesn't take too much damage on that. If you want to apply the debuff though, because I'm using the Ultima. So when I use the Rune Knight, as you can see, there is a Void Knight logo right beside my Mighty Strike, and you can see if it builds up too much. See, it also counts as perfect parry. Whoa, that's not usable. Now that's a magic. See, this is a cheese job for Death Machine. You can just hold, as long as you have an MP, you won't be having a problem. Because also, sustain MP cost for the is needed for the Runic to activate. You can actually activate Lightbringer when you are in the Runic. See? People are having a hard time with Death Machine. Void Knight is the answer, my man. Oh my god, man. Void Knight is actually underrated. And once I got my hands on this job, oh my god, I really love it. Especially when I pair it up with the Summoner. Let me absorb that. There you go. Oh, Lich is actually weak to Holy, so where is he? You're still alive. There you go. So if you want to use the Runic as sub job, it's okay. If you want to just parry some of the attacks. Nah, I'm gonna finish this. There you go. Oh wait, my haste was gone because I have less than 400. But with this, you can actually see how I'm gonna gain the haste. There you go. See, that's basically the 600 void knot. It's a permanent haste. So let's get back. Oh wait, I forgot. So have I? Yeah, you can. When you release it, that's the absorption one. But when you hold it, then press the. Even though if you, oh, you actually have to hold the jab for you to get the sword. So hold the jab ability, then. Wait, what did I charge? What did I charge? Yo, that you can charge it into even without absorbing something. That's dope. Yo, that's dope. I didn't know you can charge it into even without taking damage. See, with the build up, the shield gets bigger, especially when you get for the fourth one. And I don't lose MP because I have 400 evoker and the 250 of the summoner, which is pretty crazy for the void knight. Alright, so let's get back. Yo, that's crazy. That's the first time I know that the Runic can charge up to 2, even without absorbing something. Okay. So let's get started with the summon stats per 100. Let's do this. Let me just check on the items. Damage dealt Holy Fang. That's Paladin, right? I guess I can keep this. Evocation. Curse? Nah. Kinda useless because bosses are highly resistant for. Okay, so let's talk about the summon stats per 100. The summon stats per 100 are mostly on spirit, but here are the list. For Alexander, 6 spirit, Carbuncle, 6 spirit, Sylph, 6 spirit, Phoenix, 6 spirit, and Ramu has 6 spirit and 6 intelligence. It will all be on the list, so don't worry. But before that, I have to put this on the. There you go. So, of course, I always go for the suggestion going for the 400% of your basic job for more powerful ability and to unlock all weapon abilities. So for I will be focusing this build on spirit and maybe some of the intelligence as well. So do take note of that. You can always make your own build on this one. So first, my suggestion is white mage. White mage is actually focused more on spirit based stat, and when you on 600 when you soul shield, you gain more spirit as you soul shield more, and stacks up to 20. Next is 400 Phoenix down ability. Phoenix down, basically have a fix down. If you die, you revive. Next is applies additional spirit bonus to all abilities. Next is a greatly amount of spirit stat. There are some stamina and strength, and increase your buff duration. Next is Black Mage. If you want to go for the intelligence, go for Black Mage. For Soul 600, more Soul Shield. When it's Soul Shield, more intelligence stat. And increase MP limit, especially that if you have the affinity of the Void Knight, this increases way more if you deal much magic damage. Applies an additional intellect bonus to all abilities. Intellect and spirit stat as well. Magic break damage, yeah. This also counts for the Runic as well, for the sword slash of the Runic. Next is the 600 mage. Now this is actually my favorite one because when you after you hitting the runic for the build up for the whatever build up you got, this actually builds up because that is a magic damage, the slash sword runic slash. And after that, your next physical ability will be more powerful. This is really perfect for my summoner with my staff or even with the Bahamut form, which increase more damage to it. Next with 400, decrease your MP limit when you status ailment. Now you need to. This doesn't apply to the debuff of the Ultima Void Knight, but it only applies on the elemental or any as long as you accumulate something. This doesn't work for the debuffs. So quick charge, decrease your damage charge. Now this doesn't work with a charge. Well, the runic is not a charge; it's more of absorption, so it doesn't work on this one. Okay, in strength, intellect, and spirit stats, and yeah, increase MP, normal recovery rates. MP, normal recovery rates. Yeah, evoker for 600. If you want to go for 600, refills break case for successful soul shield. 400 MP slowly recovers when HP is at max. 250 using a potion cures status ailment. Also, don't forget that this only works when you have a max HP. Spirit stat, there's some agility and strength. A successful soul shield restore allies. Next would be, uh, I recommend Paladin, but sorry, not Paladin. Liberator. Liberator. If you want to go for 250, it's perfectly fine because it gives you HP recovery and shares the effect. The 400 and 600 is if you are playing with the AI. If you want to make uh, a support type, or if you're playing with the friends, this is a good one. But my mainly focus on the liberator is this one, the perfect parry window. If you want to increase your parry window, because uh, runic is count as a shield, so with the perfect timing, with the it becomes a parry. Okay, so of course, void na tyrant. 600 tyrant temporarily increase amount of MP when you chain cancel or for 600. When you ailment, when you apply status ailment, all of your attacks will be critical hit. Next is restore HP based on enemy weaknesses. And intellect and spirit stat, there is some agility. And increase your accumulation status ailment. Next is Sage. For 600 Lightbringer, you can be used even when if you are silent or any ailment you got, and it will be removed and you will be healed. And Potion also recovers MP and refills break gauge. Nullifies all magic damage while guarding. But I mean, you have a Void Knight, so even if you are hitting with the magic, you don't take damage because that's the power of the Void Knight. I mean, the Runic. Of course, the really focused stat for intellect and spirit. This is really like a good one. Increase MP limit. Increase MP result for successful soldier. Now this is a must for the void a summoner. For 600, of course, more powerful blessing. For 400, increased duration for buff duration. Increased duration of the buffs when successful soul shield. And this is the one that decreases Saint MP cost. That's why I can use Void Knight more often. And it's like it feels like I don't lose you lose MP because of this one. Next is actually a balanced build, but there's mostly on intellect and some of strength and spirit as well. There's a little bit of agility and increase max MP when chain canceling. Now next would be Blue Mage, 600 Blue Mage. Now uh, this is actually for my summoner. This is actually for my summoner going to Void Knight because when you build up amount of physical damage, whether it's a normal attack or ability, your next magic damage will be greater, and that applies to the sword slash of the Rune Knight. It increases its damage, and also I'm also using the Shining Wave for this, and which also increases the damage. But I'm mostly focusing on the damage of the sword slash. So yeah, that's the best part of this one. Next is 400. When hitting an enemy ability, restore MP limit. Increase the amount of instant ability you can use for gaining soul shield. And a balanced build actually, but there is a stamina and spirit, intellect and luck. Increase damage dealt by your enemies. So that's about. I also forgot one last thing because I'm gonna show to you my build. Uh, I have ailment build up when damaged. This makes the build up way faster and way easier. So that's about it. Here's my build. Yeah, basically I have ailment build up and runic. Oh yeah. This is from the night. I haven't got a single piece for that. So here is my master points. And lastly, I'm gonna show to you the monster list. Man, I should change this though. So that's about it. Oh wait, sorry. My master is Bang, Lenny, Malboro. I need Malboro for my staff and evokers. 400 and Dawn and mid. So that's about it guys. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.